of China's Coast Guard and Navy collide in the West Philippine Sea while attempting to drive Philippine vessels away from the Scarborough Shoal. Philippine officials denounced the latest Chinese harassment, with one political party leader describing the result as instant karma. Easy Lee has tonight's top story.
A Philippine operation to provide aid to more than 35 Filipino fishing vessels near the vicinity of Bao de Masinloc was again met by Chinese aggression. Philippine Coast Guard spokesperson Commodore J. Tariela says the BRP Suluan and BRP Teresa Magbanwa, along with the MV Pamalakaya, were deployed to the area. A Chinese vessel attempted to disrupt the aid delivery by targeting a Philippine ship with a water cannon blast, but it was unsuccessful. The Chinese Coast Guard ship tried to chase off a Philippine Coast Guard vessel but found itself getting hit by a People's Liberation Army Navy warship.
The intention perhaps was to block the Philippine Coast Guard vessel, but we increased our speed. That's why there was a miscalculation. When it turned, it cannot already pull back its sharp turn. So what happened is that the nose of the Philippine Navy warship was the one got hit by the Chinese Coast Guard.
According to Tariela, the CCG vessel sustained damage to its bow due to the collision. No injuries or damage were reported on the PCG side. Despite the harassment, the PCG offered to provide assistance to the Chinese.
They never responded to our radio call. We just monitored them from afar. This is what really happened kapag tayo ay hindi sumunod sa maayos na regulasyon ng pagpatakbo ng mga sasakyang pandagat sa karagatan.
China's actions were quickly condemned by Philippine lawmakers and officials. Senator Joel Villanueva maintains presence and operations of Chinese vessels and fishing militia in the West Philippine Sea are illegal and unauthorized.
We reiterate our call to the Chinese Coast Guards and fishing militia that your continued presence and operation at the West Philippine Sea is illegal and unauthorized. The West Philippine Sea is ours, and please get out of Philippine waters.
Senator Jinggoy Estrada echoed a similar appeal.
The Chinese Coast Guard must cease and desist from engaging in dangerous maneuvers against our Philippine Coast Guard and other maritime vessels. These tactics not only endanger our maritime personnel and fisherfolk, they also escalate tensions unnecessarily.
For President Marcos Jr., China's actions are consistent with its behavior in the West Philippine Sea. The president adds, Philippine ships will not back down from asserting the country's sovereignty.
We have never instructed any of our vessels to back out. Never. Dito sa gobyernong ito, hindi tayo umaatras sa laban. I don't know what they're talking about. Playing with fire? I was just stating facts. We do not want to go to war. But I think if there is a war over Taiwan, we will be drawn. We will be drawn and dragged into that mess. Whatever you do, come on, wag na tayong hope. I love this saying, hope is not a plan. I hope it doesn't happen. I hope it doesn't. But if it does, we have to plan for it already.
Defense Chief Gilberto Teodoro Jr. says it is the Philippines' right to defend its territory. He also reiterated the country is not seeking any conflict. The Atin Ito coalition also slammed China's bullying tactics.
Ang bilis ng karma, ano? Ito ay patunay lamang na walang lugar sa ating karagatan ang mga nagsisiga-sigaan katulad ng China. Now, it backfired on them in their pursuit to threaten Filipinos.
After the incident, PCG vessels remained in the area to continue distributing aid to Filipino fishermen despite China's harassment. Easily, ABS-CBN News.
Philippine President Marcos Jr. presents what he says is a disturbing assessment of flood control projects cornered by 15 contractors. He notes how most of the projects are in areas not even considered as flood-prone. Katrina Domingo reports.
This is another disturbing assessment.
This is how President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. described the initial findings of a review on the public works and highways flood control projects in the last 3 years. The president says the 20% of the nearly 10,000 projects from July 2022 to May 2025 were awarded to only 15 contractors, with the total project cost amounting to around 100 billion pesos.
That for me was the one that stood out very much. 5 of these contractors had projects in almost the entire country.
Of these nearly 10,000 projects, some 6,000 infrastructure lack specifications, while several have the same contract price despite being located in different areas.
It is impossible for one barangay, even if they are the next barangay, to have the exact same project to the exact same amount with the exact same contractor. Imposible yan.
The president also flagged why most of the flood control projects were constructed in provinces that were not among the most flood-prone areas in the country. For example, Cebu, Isabela, Albay, Leyte, and Camarines Sur were among the top 10 provinces with the most number of flood control projects, but they are not part of the government's list of most flood-prone areas.
Whatever pinaka-flood prone, yun dapat ang pinakamaraming project. No? Pero parang hindi tumutugma.